How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and we are reviewing the Tier 8 French light tank, the Batchat 12T. Batchat 12T is a reasonably average tank for its tier. Its penetration is very lacking at 170mm on the top gun, 144mm on the stock gun. Absolutely terrible stock. Basically, I used I think times 6 XP boosts or whatever I had left to upgrade it, because the turning and also the penetration just made this tank so much worse than the 1375. I don't know how that's possible, since that tank is not very good either, but we did manage to grind our way through it. Once you get past that, you do get a better gun for the first package, so you do get the 170mm of penetration and 170 alpha damage, but that was decent. Once you get that, you can pen things now rather than just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. But you also do get a decent amount of DPM increase as well, because I think the starter gun has around 1300 DPM, and when you upgrade it, 1600. The view range is 380 meters, which is pretty average. Like heavy tanks do sometimes have more view range than you, so that is pretty retarded, and mediums pretty much do have more view range than you, if not the exact same. So we get here. This is a decent spot to get to at the start of the game. Obviously there's a spot in D6 that you can go to get more spotting damage at the start, but I wasn't really sure if my team were going to be able to actually focus anyone if they got spotted, or if I got YOLO'd, since that is pretty much the meta nowadays. YOLO light tanks, especially if you're in a heavy tank, because you can just easily farm them. They've got crap DPM, you've got good DPM, you've got armor, and I'm basically better than them. So you want to be sure that you're not going to get YOLO'd at the start of the game, since to get good gameplays in a light tank, you want to stay alive. I know the meta is kind of, light tanks spot, heavy tanks take the hits, but that never actually happens in game. Light tanks can't really spot effectively, or if you can, you can kind of have to be so situational. We get some shots up onto the hill from this position here, which is decent, so you want to be putting out as much damage as you can in the early stages. Don't take any hits or risks at the start of the game, since autoloaders are always better in the later half. So remember that for any autoloader that you play, pretty much covers every single autoloader that you ever play. Staying alive till the late game is so much better. So we see this SU-122-54, and we really don't want to get YOLO'd by him, so let's not. Let's just get up onto this position and farm this AT-15 that we spotted. As you can see, penetration can't even go through the side of an AT-15 reliably until he turns proper side on, so he's completely flat. And we do put the second half of the magazine into him. So obviously this gets 4 shots in the autoloader, 170 alpha on the top gun. So that's given it a total clip potential of 680. Delay between shots is 2 seconds, so to output all of your shots takes 6 seconds. Obviously the first one doesn't take any delay, and then you're taking 2 seconds for the next 3 shots. So once you've reloaded and also putting out your clip completely, takes around 28 seconds or 26 seconds with the top gun. Not great. DPM 1600 as mentioned before, but if you can put your tank into situations where you can continuously fire, like here, or at least have the potential to continuously fire, then you should be alright. And then here we go. YOLO. This is a common occurrence with light tanks. Be prepared if you're starting to go down this line, or at least at this tank as well. We go down here trying to just out-traverse him, but here's where we make a decent play. So we go up there using our enhanced mobility. Obviously we don't take that much of a difference in speed when going up hills or anything, so we use that. We then also make sure that we get around him by aiming like we're going to go around the right hand side of him and then go around the left hand side. Here's where I make a big error, not in terms of pushing up, because obviously I know that our tank's going to win by just absolutely obliterating them, but my mistake comes here. I'm auto-aiming the artillery, and then I decide I'm going to get the Ag Tiger, since, artillery's not really going to do very much. It's a French one anyway, never pens anyway. Yeah, Oh wait, hang on a minute. I thought we were actually the same nation. Why would you focus me? Come on, artillery. Why? See, bad play there. Didn't focus the artillery. Should have got him. Then we're focused on the Jagdtiger, because the Jagdtiger was focusing someone else anyway. Wasn't even looking at me, or even trying to turn until the last minute when I started clipping him. Not ideal, but we do get the spotting on some of those, because obviously after you die, they're still spotted for a certain amount of time, so you get any spotted damage that's done to them after you die for a certain amount of time. I think it's something like 3 seconds or 5 seconds or something. So that was alright. We got an extra bit of spotting damage there, but would have been so much nicer to stay alive and get up onto the top of the hill to be able to deal with anyone else that pushes, or at least is alive, so we can get some more damage other than what we got from the start of the game. So unfortunately our team just wipes up the floor basically now. Not a lot of people on our team die, and yeah, they just pick off every single person on the enemy team. Now we can actually see the results in just a second. I'll speed up the gameplay so you can see, but yeah, here we go. As you can see, Panther 2 finishes off, or AMX M445 finishes off the last tank of the game, giving us 2,951 damage and 5,096 assisted. Ace Tanker, Patrol Duty, Sniper Medal, Confederate, Fire for Effect, Spotter and Bruiser. So that's a decent amount of medals. 18 penetrations and 16 spotted target hit, 7 detected, which is reasonably decent, but I could have probably got even more if I pushed up to that D6 position right at the start of the game. Had I known that all of my tanks were going to go up the eastern flank on top of the hill, they could have got shots at the start of the game into everyone, could have probably made it an even stupider result in terms of assistance damage. Now, do not expect this at all in the Batchat 12T. I did kind of get lucky with the SU-122 that I did have someone else there to kind of help in case I didn't actually manage to get round him and he started using his enhanced DPM to actually start just absolutely obliterating me. But I did get round him, use my better play to actually get round and start doing damage to him. But a lot of the time, if that was a heavy, I may not have done so well. They might, especially a turreted tank at least, because they could have just turned around and started clipping me along with a meal twos. You're going to really struggle with any one of them. With an autoloader, because obviously they've got autoloader, you got an autoloader, they can turn their tracks and turret at the same time, and they've got better alpha. So yeah, watch out for that. They've got probably way better DPM as well. This tank best suited to a kind of a more passive approach. I wouldn't recommend going very aggressive at the start of the game, considering autoloaders are good for the end of the game, as mentioned earlier. So stick to staying at the back, spotting kind of if you need to, or if you feel you can do it safely. Don't ever YOLO in. Don't ever go in at the start of the game to spot their entire team. Useless. Any light tank driver that does that, please never play a light tank again. Don't be on my team either. Like, honestly, waste of a tank. Never do that. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the replay. Hopefully the review kind of gave you a bit of a clue on how to play the Batchat 12T. Don't go aggressive. Don't go too passive, but kind of play in the middle there where you can get some damage, some assisted, and you'll be pretty much set, except from that horrible voice crack that just happened. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. Check out the channel for any other replays and also reviews and also news as well. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon. Goodbye.